So Kanye West bust out one of his numbers on the Today Show.
He's taken too many opportunities to reinvent himself in front of people, and it's kind of like really fucking up his image again. It's starting to, because now everyone's looking like, yo, you're being a brat. Like, you're walking into these traps that you walked in before, and you haven't noticed any kind of change. Like, they're not gonna change. Like, the media is gonna be the media. So they're gonna do these things. They're gonna ask you these questions. They're gonna put you on the spot. Like, you can't change that. Just because you apologize to people and your music's great now, like, the perception is still that you're an asshole. But we still appreciate you. We appreciate your efforts to apologize, but you can't change how people once perceived you.
George Bush is like, oh, I appreciate his apology. Really? When you enter into the role as the president of the United States, you take everything that comes with it. The negative publicity, you take the good publicity, you take that all. So like, for him to be like, oh, thank you, I can sleep now. Yeah, like, shut the fuck up.
You call Kanye's calling you a racist as one of the most disgusting periods during your term. Like, you're telling me he holds that much weight?
Iraq, everything.
Like, he was the only person to call you a racist?
What he's doing is using Kanye to promote his book.
And it's working, actually.
That's what the media does. Like, and that's what anybody who's a celebrity, anybody who's in the spotlight, you live that life, especially for as long as he has, and everything he's been through, like, you should know better by now. Media's job is to pick everything apart and find a story, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Out of all the stories in that book, you choose Kanye West. And like, Katrina was a much bigger story than Kanye West, and it will forever be a bigger story, and 9/11. So you can't like at least hype that up, even though that would be just as fucked up because you're benefiting off of a disaster.
Did you see his face? Like, did you see it? Did you see how jittery he was? And then at the same time, when they tried to make him apologize, he lashed out. Like, that's what they do.
They wanted,
like,
yo, they got exactly what they wanted.
And every time he is reminded of that again, he gets so sensitive, and then he just goes on this rage. Like,
Kanye's said so many times, like, I'm not fucking with the media. I don't want to do these interviews no more. And now it's the same exact story. Like, the cards are being played. Like, the media's against me. The media hate. Like, the media does not hate you. You're playing into the media. Twitter was great when he first came, but now it's like, okay, like, let's pull these stories from Kanye's rants. Like, he did the same thing with the LA Times. Like, the LA Times gave a review of his movie or his and they spelled the album title wrong, and he went off like, yo, I can't believe you let this guy on staff. And it's like people make mistakes. Like, no one's trying to discredit your work or what you're doing. Everyone thinks the music is the greatest thing on the earth right now, which it is. But now you're devaluing the music because of these interviews.
But does the controversy hype the music? You think in our society, like how people, does the controversy help the music, so he got to keep this controversy coming?
In this situation, the music was already hyped. The music was already there.
Yeah, already was.
Like, he didn't have to do any interviews with the Today Show, with Ellen, with anyone. Like, the music was there, like, with Good Fridays, with this shit, with the performance on MTV.
He says the truth.
He does, but it's like, sometimes, I'm not saying you have to alter yourself, but it's like, don't, you pick and choose your battles.
Artists hold their responsibility to society. And it's like, now that we have an artist that actually is not afraid to say whatever the fuck he wants to say, people want to shut him up. He's a human being, and it's almost endearing to see an artist be like, yo, I'm upset, my president doesn't care about my people. Give him his platform, he deserves it, and that's it. Whether you agree with it, fine, but let Kanye live.
I don't think anyone's trying to shut him up, but it's just like, all right, like, you made your point. Like, you let us know that you were remorseful towards Taylor Swift. You let us know you were remorseful towards George Bush and to whoever else you offended. But now it's like you're playing into it. Like, you're gonna keep going. Like, I'm sorry. Like, please forgive me. Like, it's over. Like, regardless of what show you go on or what interview you do, you're not gonna change the minds of every single person, because there's someone in a household right now that still thinks, despite your music is great, that you were a fucking asshole for going on that stage and disrupting that little girl's moment.
Remember, we live in America, and I don't think it's a natural, genuine apology to none of the situations. It's just a political apology, because you have to, because we're in the limelight, because it's a bad example, because what the kid's gonna say, like, you have to apologize. But Kanye West does not, or did not, in my opinion, genuinely want to apologize to neither situations.